All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? I'm getting lots of questions on some gear and stuff that I'm using, and I posted a little bit recently about stuff I'm testing. So I figured instead of sending 100 messages, I would just make one video and send it out to everybody. So I guess, behold my stuff. Everybody, big question is, do I still have the parking lot bow? And yes, I do. Parking lot bow is now being repurposed for 50 meter specifically, because I got a new toy, which we'll talk about later. Yeah, still running the AAE rest, biter plunger, my own strings. I actually, for these limbs, I like the 652 BCY. It's a little softer feeling to me than the 8125. And I've got the Win & Win NSG limbs on here. These are 46 pound NSGs. They're about 48 pounds on my fingers. And that's about as much as I can get them up to. They're basically cranked in all the way at this point. Yeah, I got a new set from Sam cooking right now. So those will make one of the rigs as soon as they get here. But yeah, I like the way this bow shoots, and it's, yeah, the feel is really what I've been chasing on everything else that I've tried so far. The homemade weights, these are basically just steel plates that I've got the Kaminsky tiller bolts on there. Forgot to talk about those. Super nice tight fit. I actually had to jam them on a little bit for these Win & Wins. They fit perfectly with my my backwoods as well. Yeah, and my weight set, basically just mild steel, laser cut, welded together, kind of ground out the welds to make it look a little prettier. Grinder and paint to make me the welder I ain't, essentially. But they're basically designed so that this one is basically the same. It's a 1/2 inch thick. This top one is 3/8 with the same little connecting piece in the middle. And they are essentially designed so that I can do this. I pick the pressure point of the grip, and it balances out basically right there. It's hard to hold it on a angled section, but you get the idea. The purpose is really so that when I'm shooting field, if I'm just holding it, lightly touching on the fingers, it balances pretty straight up and down. And then no matter what direction I'm holding it, it will always balance relative to my fingers. So that's the idea. So when I'm shooting, it jumps straight forward in every case. No weight around the grip. I've found, for me, I just really like the feel of a bow with no weight around the grip, all the way at the extremities, so that it basically is dampening itself. All of this structure in between is dampening, high moment of inertia, so it resists to change. For those that don't know, moment of inertia is the resistance to a change in direction or starting motion. So it's harder for little subtle things to go wrong to make it tip in any direction. So that's the parking lot bow. It's being set up for 50 meters right now, testing a few different arrows out with it. Yeah, trying some new stuff there. Still early in that process, but really what I'm focused on at the moment is this little guy. I've been shooting this all day today because it's finally nice out and the snow has stopped. This Mykan 27, it is absolutely beautiful. Basically, I had my eye on these. I don't know if the Mybo people noticed or not, but basically it's every time I saw a Mykan 25 on social media, I would comment, build a 27, and I'm buying it. And I put my money where my mouth is. As soon as it came out, I contacted them and said, hey, I need one of those. But yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be in terms of the design, and why I wanted it is everything I did with the weights on the parking lot bow is almost already here with the Mykan. Weight forward, it was very centered around, weight centered around the pressure point of the grip. I make my own grips on here as well, a little bit of traction aid there. But it is, yeah, the balance out of the box was almost exactly what I was looking for, especially with the master weight in there. Basically added another version of these. Didn't quite fit through the ring on the bottom, so I had to grind a little off here and there. Put some chamfers in the sides to fine tune the weight a little bit. So I got my balance all figured out. So basically it balances almost exactly the same. Very light touch here, that's the way it balances. A little bit more forward balance than the Win & Win, which is just exactly what I was after. And it feels fantastic. It's got that like dead blow hammer feel. it jumps hard. You can feel the energy go, but it just, all of the shot energy just dies really quickly. So it doesn't feel rattly and shaky and or pingy. It's very thump, exactly the direction that I want it to go. So I've been playing with this thing all day, and just basically this is the first day I've really had in decent weather to try and tune some arrows. And in a few hours, I've got pretty much decided on what my setup's gonna be. And now we just get into the fine tuning stuff, but which is really, really fast. It tuned in really, really quickly. Basically exactly what I wanted. Still biter plunger, still a free flight in the drop away mode. So flip the magnet around so it pulls away. Absolutely excellent. Shooting the X99 material on this one because I am shooting the Backwoods Composite CAC 2.0 limbs. The new ones coming are the 2.5s, which I'm very, very excited about. A little faster. And I'm going to get a little bit of a wider profile on here. So a few reasons for that, but that's for another day maybe. Yeah, basically this thing has been absolutely excellent. Yeah, zero bad things to say about it. It was exactly what I thought it would be, and I could not be happier that the money I spent was for the thing that I wanted. Yeah, and then I guess other stuff that people have asked me, I'm trying about 4 different kinds of arrows right now. I think my field setup is settling on VAPs. I got a 500 spine, they're cut down basically 27.5 carbon to carbon, 140 grain points, and I'm trying these Overnocks. They are a little bit more fragile, I would say, than pins. I don't know if that focused or not, but big crack in this one. I have wrecked a few of them already, but they shoot really well. They're very consistent. So now that I've got my point weight and my length figured out, now I go into testing all the different kinds of vanes that I want to try, and I'll try them with Overnocks, with pins, all that kind of stuff. So you gotta turn all the stones over to find out what you like. Yeah, bow weight, I guess. Some other questions I've been having about just bow weight generally. I've got my parking lot bow is set up at, it's basically right now 48 pounds on the fingers. That's as much as I can get out of those NSGs. So that's why I'm going to get another set of Backwoods. And this one, basically, the Backwoods limbs are actually, they have considerable mass to them as well. So just by putting the NSGs on, I've actually reduced this mass weight by almost 1/4 to 1/3 of a pound, something like that. So basically, I don't even remember what this one weighs out at, but holding it there, 9.08 pounds. I don't know if you guys can see that, or if it's backwards for that camera, but yeah, 9.08 pounds for the parking lot bow. And we'll see the Mykan's a little heavier. I actually, just the way the balance worked out, it's this exact same. I made 2 versions of, or 2 copies of the TIE Fighter weights, I guess you could call them. So they're exactly the same. I've just ground them off on the edges to start the balance. But this thing came in a little bit heavier. So I shoot this for a while, and then I pick up the parking lot bow, and it's a totally different animal. It feels like I almost threw it in the air when I picked up the other one. So this one is coming in at 9.58 pounds. So the parking lot bow is hanging off the string at 9.58 pounds. And that's 50 pounds on the fingers. So basically right on the dot. So it's, yeah, it's a lot of fun. That thing is excellent. It's an absolute hammer. I'm really looking forward to shooting that thing this year at some fairly large event this summer that I'm not allowed to say that I've been chosen to go to yet, publicly anyways. Some people might know already, but yeah, very excited. I'm super pumped. Thank you to Mybo for making a kick-ass bow, and yeah, we'll see where this takes us. Hope that answered the questions. Shoot me a message if you got more. Cheers.